Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a different type of video. As you can tell, this is not a daytime look. I am recreating the Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. I recently went to the movies and I watched Suicide Squad and I just absolutely fell in love with Harley Quinn, and I love her character. I love how Margot Robbie portrays her. I think she is badass and I think she is so awesome. The way that the makeup artists have created her look, I just thought it was so unique and so awesome, and I really wanted to try and recreate it. I went off a photo I found on Pinterest and I just wanted to show you. I didn't copy everything about it, but I just really sort of needed a bit of a guide to just figure out, because I knew she had some facial markings and I just wanted to make sure that it was done the right way. I really enjoyed making this look. I thoroughly enjoy watching the special effects videos on YouTube especially, and I don't know, I never really thought to try it out myself, but when I watched her in this movie I was so inspired and I was just so excited. I have not been this excited to create a look in such a long time, and I guess I was feeling like I was in a bit of a creative rut for a little while, and I just feel like this has just completely boosted my creativity and I just really enjoyed making it. So if you want to learn how I came up with this Harley Quinn look, please keep watching. Okay, so first of all, we're going to take our Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, put that all over the skin. Then we're going to take the Designer Brands foundation, which is the long wear in the shade True Beige, which I'm using. I just want to do anything that is like super light. So this was the lightest foundation that I had, and the lighter concealer color that you can see on there is my Prep and Prime highlighter light booster. I'm going to blend that all into my face. I wanted my face to be a little bit lighter than what I would normally do, just to give that little bit of a more dramatic effect. Then I am going to go in after I have blended all of that foundation through and take my Prep and Prime concealer again and just highlight underneath my eye area just to sort of brighten that up a little bit as well. To make sure that all of those areas are set properly, I'm going to take just a translucent powder. I think I use the Rimmel one. It's just a really good loose powder. I don't want to add any color. I want to keep it fair. Then I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows. Now, Harley has quite defined eyebrows, so I'm going to take a darker color than what I would use normally. And today I'm going to be using the Deep Dark Brunette in the Pro Sculpt in MAC, just to give that real definition between my eyebrows and my hair color. Eyelids, I'm going to take my Morphe 350 palette and take that white shade and just run that all over the lid. I want to have my lids sort of really white and light so that when I do put any color on, it's going to give me that true pigment. Then taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I'm taking that ash brown color, and just on a fluffy brush, I'm going to go into everywhere that I wouldn't normally deepen. So I want to make areas of my face look a lot more hollow than what they would normally. This will give me a more dramatic effect and more unlifelike effect. We want to have sunken eyes, my area where the under eye area is. I want to bring out my bags. I want to look a little bit more deathly than what I would normally. Now, this is only what you would do in a special effects. Otherwise, normally we wouldn't want to bring out our bags. But I just find that using this ashier shade just gives me that little bit more sharper sort of contour. Now, I also want to do a lot more of a heavier contour than what I would normally This is a special effects look, so we can go a little bit more heavy-handed. I want my cheekbones to look like they're really sunken in. I want my nose to sort of protrude a little bit more. I also want the hollows of my eyes to like protrude more. So just I'm going to deepen those areas then more so than what I would normally. And then at the top of the head as well, and on my chin and around my jawline. Also making sure that I'm going to take that ashy shade and bring it down to my nose just to sort of make that lot more deeper than what it would be. Now, if you find that some areas are quite sharp, I usually just buff out with my foundation. Then with my Morphe 350 palette, I am going to take like that fawny sort of shade that you just saw, and I'm just going to run that along my crease. I'm also going to extend it out past my eye, as you'll be able to see me do. This will just kind of create a little bit more of a softer effect from where we're going to put that color. This will kind of just give it that little bit of a barrier to sort of not make it look like it's stopping and starting. I find that because this sort of look is supposed to be a little bit more messy, as you would say, you don't have to be super perfect, but I really want to kind of stress that you need to make sure that this eye crease is blended in really, really well, because this is going to be our guide for where the red and the blue is going to go. So if you're going to be perfect on any parts, I would highly recommend that you make sure that this area is blended and there is no sharp lines with this fawn shade. Okay, after that's blended in, we're going to take the NYX Electro Shock in the HS50. This is quite an electric blue. I'm going to run that all over my eyelids. I'm just going to take my Sigma fluffy brush and just really, really try to tightly pack that on the lid before I'm starting to blend that out anywhere else. I want to make sure that that blue is going to be as blue as I can possibly get. I found initially just doing just the eyeshadow on the brush, it wasn't giving me that ultra blue. So what I did was I grabbed my MAC Fix Plus and just sprayed my brush. You'll be able to see this coming up, and I then went on with that shade on my brush with the Fix Plus, and I found that the blue was just so much more pigmented. As you can sort of see, it just brings it out so much more. Then with the fine bullet brush, I'm going to take the Fix Plus and the powder, and I am just going to start to draw just some light strokes where I'm going to be able to blend that out. It almost looks like she's been crying and it's run, so we just want to kind of make it look kind of as neat but as messy as possible without it making it look like a giant blob. You want to be able to see some sort of streaking, which is why I like to be able to put that in with the bullet brush first and then go in with my fluffy brush just to sort of fluff out any of those sharp lines. Grabbing that bullet brush also, I'm going to run it now along my lower lash line. I'm just going to pack that area with the blue, and then later I'll go back in with my fluffy brush again to sort of blend that out. But for the most part, I really want to pack that eyeshadow on there as tight as I can possible. And then as you can see, again, I'm blending it out. Now to do the left eye, I'm taking the NYX eyeshadow pot, and this is in the shade Hot Red. I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing as what I did with the blue side. So I am going to start by packing the lid as much as I can just to get that real pigment. I'm going to do the same thing as what I did with the blue eye, and I'm going to spray my brush with the Fix Plus, and then I'm going to pack it on just to give that deep pigment. Same thing again, I'm going to bring that all the way around, slightly blend it a little bit, but where that fawn shade is, have that as the area where it stops. Taking my bullet brush again, and I'm going to slightly drag down the tear marks of my eyes, making sure again your brush is loaded up with Fix Plus to get that ultra pigment. If you feel like you need to pull your eye up a little bit just to sort of make sure that you get it, I think that that's probably the best way to do it. I'm going to do the lower lash line again the same way as what I did with the blue, and then later I'm going to go in with my original fluffy brush and just sort of fluff out any of those harsh lines and the lower lash line, just to sort of blend it out and not make it look too streaky. Taking my Gorgeous Cosmetics black eyeliner kohl, this is going to be going into the lower waterline. I'm going to make that area really, really dark. I want it to look really drastic, really messy, really trashy. I think that really makes the look, especially when you're going to be going on and putting eyelashes on. I think that with this look you really do need to have black eyeliner in that waterline. Go back in with your fluffy brush and also just make sure that those certain areas are really sort of like mapped out. You want it to look like it's supposed to be like that. So just be, you know, as creative as possible. See where you feel like needs to have a bit more color, and you'll find that it will just really start to come out. To give this eye color a little bit more dimension, I'm just going to go in with just any old craft glitter. It's not really going near the eyes, so you don't have to worry about it too much. This is just a blue color that I'm popping over the top of the eyeshadow just to sort of not make it look so matte and flat. I found that this really also did make it look like the tear marks were kind of a bit more realistic. I've done it with the blue side, so now I'm going to go in with the red side, and I'm just going to color match each side. It just kind of gives it a little bit of pop. It's not necessary to do this step, but I just found that it really kind of brought the eyes to life a lot more had I not done that. So with my Tarte Lights Camera Flashes, I'm going to coat my eyelashes with this mascara before placing on my falsies. Taking any old liquid eyeliner, this is my e.l.f. pot. I'm going to be drawing on the facial markings. She's got love heart and she's also got rotten. Do you want to know a funny story? Like, I'm going to tell you because I'm so annoyed at myself. The photo that I had showed you guys that I was kind of going off, she had the love heart on the blue side. So I was like, I wanted to make sure that I got it right and did the right thing. Anyway, I've gone and written it on. Didn't realize that I've done it on backwards. Initially, I had it on the red side and I was like, oh, damn it, I got it on the wrong one. So I rubbed it off and then I went on with the blue side. And then as I've like later on discovered, it was actually the right thing that I had. So we're just going to have to go with it. I kind of like it that it's a little bit different anyway and the rotten's written backwards, but you know what? Let's just go with it. This is a creative process, so there is no rules. Okay, to start the lips, I'm taking Gorgeous Cosmetics lip pencil, and this is in the shade Milan. I'm going to line my lips with this shade before going on with my lipstick. I am going to be just coating it all the way around. I'm not going to be too fussy about it because she doesn't really know how to put lipstick on herself, so we don't want it to look too perfect. Then on top of that, we're going to go in with the MAC Cosmetics Matte Dangerous. I'm going to coat my lips with that. Again, not being too fussy. I just want to make sure that the red is really quite red. So make sure you pack it on also. I just, on the top of my finger, just lightly dabbed the tip of the lipstick, and I just sort of rubbed it around my lip. As you can sort of see with her, she sort of has lipstick smeared everywhere, and I just found that that kind of gave the more realistic sort of look without having it all over your face. And that comes to the end of my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I really had such a fun time making this video. I love how it's just fun, creative. You can do it however which way you like. You can make a look your own, and this is what I love about making this look. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up, as I massively enjoyed making this video, and I would love to start making more of these, especially with the fact that Halloween is just right around the corner, and I feel like Harley would be one of the perfect characters to go as for a Halloween costume. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you are not subscribed to my family, please make sure that you do. But until next time, guys, see you. Bye.